In this video, we're going to be covering the blood vessels of the heart. We're going to be covering both the coronary arteries and the veins together, so you can see which ones ride next to each other and which ones are in different places. We're also going to be covering the arteries and veins on both the anterior and posterior side of the heart. So let's remove the auricle, the right auricle here, and then this will expose entirely the right coronary artery. So this one's one of the easier ones to learn. It's also branched directly off the aorta, so that's a pretty easy one. As we zoom in here, we're going to see that this is the left coronary artery. It's just this little branch, but it is going to branch into two separate arteries that we call the circumflex artery, as in circumference, as it's going around the heart. And then down here we have the anterior meaning in the front, interventricular, meaning in between the two ventricles, anterior interventricular artery. Okay, so anterior interventricular artery. And then right next to it, running along next to it, is the great cardiac vein. So this is the great cardiac vein. So that covers all of the anterior heart vessels. Again, right coronary artery, left coronary artery, the circumflex artery, the anterior interventricular artery, and then of course the great cardiac vein. So let's flip the heart model over. So on this angle, we're going to see a couple different structures. So the great cardiac vein is going to come through here, and it's going to dump blood into the coronary sinus. Now, coronary sinus is going to sit in this groove right here that we call the coronary sulcus. So coronary sinus sits in the coronary sulcus. And we would say name this blood vessel, or we would say name the groove that this blood vessel sits into or fits into. On the back here, we have the middle cardiac vein. So this will take oxygen and again dump it into the coronary sinus, carbon dioxide, and dump it into the coronary sinus as well. Everything kind of dumps in here, and then it'll dump into the right atria to be cycled through. And then here we have the last artery we need to know, and this is the posterior interventricular artery. So this one has a twin in the front of the heart, and we call that the anterior interventricular artery, but then behind the heart we have the posterior interventricular artery. So just to cover these one more time, posterior interventricular artery, the middle cardiac vein, coronary sinus that fits into the coronary sulcus, the great cardiac vein that loops all the way around to the front of the heart, right here, the left coronary artery that branches into the circumflex and the anterior interventricular artery, and then back to the beginning, the right coronary